Religious leaders, civil society and ordinary members of the public united in prayer in the People's Cathedral. The appeal to the City of Cape Town and SANTACO to find a middle ground on what has become a humanitarian issue. Since the start of the strike last Thursday, 5 people were killed and thousands of commuters left destitute without the means of getting to or from work and school. Various incidents of violence, including the torching of buses and facilities, has resulted in a catastrophic week. Many businesses, schools and clinics were forced to close due to the unrest because staff could not get to work. Shops have also run short on essential supplies like bread as deliveries could not be made.
I was really distressed yesterday to watch elected officials publicly trading accusations against one another in such a volatile situation. I went to my chapel and I prayed, because when you do this, you run the risk of feeding confrontation rather than promoting negotiations.
An appeal was made for prayers of peace in all churches, synagogues, temples, mosques and other places of worship as well.
So I pray with them and pray for them and I lay my hand on them. It came from the fact that both of them, under God, made a commitment to ensure that they will talk, that there will be peace, and that they've heard that when 2 elephants disagree, the ground suffers. And I was praying that message that I was taking from Matthew's Gospel will find a place in their heart, and that in whatever they do, they will work as fast as possible to ensure that the poorest of the poor do not suffer.
Khayelitsha was among the communities hardest hit.
Where we stand as the Khayelitsha Development Forum and our sister organizations across the metro is on the one thing and one thing only, that there must be peace, that the taxi strike must be resolved peacefully and be resolved soonest now, because this is in the interest of our communities.
Talks between the City of Cape Town and SANTACO over the issues in the taxi industry could resume as soon as tomorrow. This after the city refused to negotiate amid strike-related violence.
We've had 24 hours now of 0 incidents in the city, and I really do think that if we can get through the rest of this day and tomorrow morning, then we can certainly, my first hope is that the strike ends tonight, and I hope that that is the case that he makes. But by tomorrow morning, certainly we can start to talk again if there has been no incident of violence at all.
SANTACO earlier said while the strike is impacting taxi operators and their income, they cannot afford to pay constant impoundment release fees for driver offences.
We have seen escalation of the impoundments and therefore the increase in the number of vehicles being repossessed, many of those being repossessed from the pound actually. So whatever it takes, if it means we will lose our vehicles to the financing institutions, we are losing them anyway. We have this threat that is hovering over our heads, that when we go back to operations, 25 vehicles will be impounded for every taxi or for every bus or car that was stoned or damaged during the period of the stay away. So that thing is still hanging over us. So we don't want to send our operators into a lion's den, as it were.
Vanessa Puna, SABC News,